Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show on Rock Sports Now. I'm Jeff DiVeronica with Steve Bradley. Our guest today, it's a big week, Section 5 tournament week in basketball and hockey, and we got a good one Thursday night at the Rochester Ice Center. It's going to be the McQuaid Knights, the 3 seeds, coming off a dramatic comeback against the Portside Royals against the number 2 seed Victor Blue Devils. This will be a semifinal at 5:30, and welcoming on our specialty Skype hotline, the McQuaid Knights, Coach Joe Dugan, and also Dante Coelho, who was the hero, yeah, that rhymed, of the quarterfinals. And Steve Bradley, what a comeback. Tell us about how these guys ended up making it to the semifinals, because this was the stuff that, Dante, you're going to remember this forever, okay? Yeah. Steve, tell us what he did, though.
So Dante is a defenseman for McQuaid. McQuaid fell behind 2-0 early and 3-2 late in the second period. Dante scored his second goal to tie the game, and then shortly into the third period scored his third goal, his hat trick, to give McQuaid a 4-3 lead, and they held on, and they will be playing Victor on Thursday. And here's the interesting thing, Jeff. Dante scored 4 goals all season, according to Point Streak and my pregame research, and he had 3 in that game. So I was just kind of curious, Dante, were you feeling special? What happened?
I don't know. It all kind of happened pretty quick. First goal went in quick at the end of the first period. Was buzzing in the locker room. Went back out there, scored towards the end of the second period, and scored in the third, and just kept going from there. And I was ready to win that game. So.
One of your sophomores, Nick Bianchi, had a goal and assist, and of course Rory Fitzpatrick, a junior, had 26 saves. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, he is of course the son of town of Irondequoit supervisor and former professional hockey player Rory Fitzpatrick. That's an easy one to get. Coach Dugan, what kind of speeches were you given to bring these guys back from the dead the other night?
Oh, we've been pretty consistent all year long. So with these guys, it's they've done a phenomenal job of buying into what we believe in as a group, which is compete. We've only got the guys in this room, and that's who we play for. Every shift, it's a new shift. Every period, it's a new period, and we're just trying to compete at our best and most consistent and come out with a win.
Joe, you are a McQuaid alum. You won a sectional title as a player, 2008. You've been on the staff. You were on the staff of the 2015 state championship team. And you're a teacher at the school. You teach English 8th grade right now. What is it like with the McQuaid hockey running through your blood, and how much does that tradition and passion carry over into your job as the coach?
Oh, it's phenomenal in terms of an opportunity to give back. McQuaid played a big part in who I am today and growing up, and the lessons I learned when I was in school, and then carrying on to success in college and graduate school. And I'm just honored to be able to come back to a school that helped me develop as a young man and do my best to help young men continue to develop, whether that's in the classroom or on the ice.
Dante, let me ask you about Coach. Young guy, 32, looks like he's about 22. That's a compliment, Coach. Someday you'll appreciate that a lot more, Coach. But is he a fiery coach? Is he kind of a calculated, Herb Brooks, the coach of the American hockey team, right? Miracle on Ice. He was pretty calculated on the sideline. What is Coach like?
He can get mad if he wants to get mad. But other than that, he says what he wants to say. He's pretty chill about it, but he also gets to the point and makes sure that everyone is focused and ready to go into the game and stuff. But if we're not playing well, he'll tell us right to our face we're not playing well and we need to step it up, and he's done that. So.
Joe, tell us a little bit more about Dante. I did see in your post-game comments he's kind of the guy that sets the example for his teammates and holds everybody to a standard. And for him to step up and have such a big game in such a big time, that's got to be something, as Jeff mentioned, that'll carry on for a long time.
Yeah, Dante's been excellent for us all year long, and watching him grow up over the last 4 years has been just an honor to be a part of, and to see kind of what he has developed into, not only as a player and having that success on the ice when the lights are bright, but also the stuff that you don't see, whether it's at practice or in the locker room, and just holding guys accountable in the right way, being a positive force, someone as a leader for young guys to look up to, whether it's in times of adversity or times of success, how you should carry yourself and what it means to be part of our program, which we're proud of and our players are proud of. And he's just a phenomenal example of what that is.
Let's take a quick break. Come back. We'll talk more McQuaid hockey and talk about what happened on December 10th and how the guys from McQuaid hope it's a much different story Thursday night in the semifinals. You're watching the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show on Rock Sports Now.
Looking for a used truck? Can you find one out of 350? At BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com, you'll find one. Love SUVs? 800 are waiting for you to take one home at BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com. Add 350 pre-owned sedans, and you've got a total of 1,500 used vehicles only at BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com.
Bob Johnson's got your ride. Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
When it comes to workers' comp, things can change quickly.
The only way to make sure your rights are protected is to have a trusted, committed attorney on your side.
An attorney who has devoted their career to helping injured workers.
Someone to fight for the money and medical benefits you deserve.
The only person on your side
is the attorney at your side.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
The best three things here at McQuaid are definitely the sports, the brotherhood, and the service to community. I think that's a really big, important thing that McQuaid stresses, which is part of creating a better and great man. You definitely feel a connection with your fellow students here. It's being all guys school. You're able to relate to each other on a personal level, and everyone's very welcoming here with open arms and willing to be your friend.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
In these challenging times, our dedicated team at American Custom continues to provide top-quality installations to every customer. With guidelines and restrictions changing daily, we apply attention to every detail. You can trust our team to make sure the job is done right.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show on Rock Sports Now. Jeff DiVeronica and Steve Bradley with the McQuaid Hockey Knights, who are going to play in the semifinals, 5:30 at the Rochester Ice Center against the second-seeded Victor Blue Devils. McQuaid comes in 3 seed after a dramatic comeback against the Portside Royals. Joining us on our specialty Skype hotline, Coach Joe Dugan and senior defenseman Dante Coelho, who had the game of his life, really, in bringing the Knights back the other night. Steve, this is a pretty cool coaching staff. Tell us a little bit about it, please.
Well, McQuaid's coaching staff, we mentioned in the first segment that Coach Dugan is an alumni, but so too are his assistant coaches, Mark Hogan and Steve Batoni. And if you've been around youth hockey in Rochester, as I have for a bit of time in the last quarter century, the name Mark Hogan is probably familiar to you. He's very involved, known for his teaching and style. And I don't know Steve Batoni, but Joe, what did those two gentlemen bring to the program with their experience, having both at the varsity level and been so influential in the development of your JV program?
Yeah, so Steve and Mark have been involved with McQuaid hockey for 25 years, and to have the experience that they bring and the passion that they bring, again, not only to the ice, but to the program, to each kid, it's huge. And that carries on with Sam Arizosa and Woody Hudson have taken over, again, alum, taken over the JV Gold team that we have. And then we have a second JV team that is coached by two more alum, Jack Flowerday and Matt Johnson. And they're helped by Bill Collar, who has been involved with McQuaid hockey for a number of years now. And it's just, it speaks volumes to what McQuaid means to the people that go through the school. And also just the willingness to give back, the amount of time that people put into helping develop the young men at the school and the way that they were developed and what that meant to them growing up is just, to me, it speaks volumes. So it's everything, the coaching staff, the time that they give, the passion that they bring. And, we're looking to guys like Dante and the rest of the seniors to come back in years in the future, because to us, that means we've got to be doing something right. So it's something that I think we're all really proud of, that we're all involved with the program.
Joe, do you each have your roles? Do you and how does that get divided up in terms of just being together, and whose role, who assumes each role in terms of on the bench and in practice?
Sure, yeah, we've had a number of years to develop those roles. Mark and Steve and I, and Sam for a couple of years as well. We coached whether it was JV or at the AAA level or at the AA level. We've done a number of different age groups and obviously at the high school level. And even this year we're still doing, we coach an 11U team at the AA level. So our roles, I would say, are fluid. We each bring our own talents to the table in terms of game management. Steve handles the defenseman. Dante, I'm sure, can speak to that. I handle the lines for offense, and Mark, handles more of the shift by shift, things that we're picking up and relaying that to the players. So, and then in practice, I mean, we all enjoy the opportunity to help players develop. So in terms of practice planning, we put a lot of thought into that, and it's just opportunities for guys to compete and have fun, and not the boring kind of stand in the corner type practice, but get active, get involved, and it's okay to fail, because that's how you learn. So we push our players, whether it's in practice. I mean, we kind of pride ourselves in pushing harder in practice than even in a game, just because that's where you develop. And that extends all the way through our JV teams as well. So everybody has bought into that, and it's been awesome to see that develop.
Speaking of some of the other guys on this team, we mentioned Fitzpatrick in goal, 10-8-2 record, a couple shutouts, 2.45 goals against average this season. Moving from the back to the front, Drew Palmer with 8 goals, 9 assists. He's a defenseman. Some of the forwards here, Brent Donlin, 6 goals and 6 assists. Nick Bianchi, 8 and 5. And then Jack, is it Caleri? Is that how you say it? Jack Caleri?
Caleri,
I beg your pardon. Let's go back to December 10th. Dante, Victor got you guys 5-0. There's no way to sugarcoat 5-0. They took it to you. What didn't you guys do well then that you're doing better now?
I think we all knew it was a big game, and we all knew we had to play well. There was a lot of people in there, and I think we just got caught off guard a little bit. And Victor came, and they just stuck it to us fast, and we didn't realize, and we were kind of caught off guard a little bit. But I think as the year progresses from there, we've been playing much better. Just the flow between the lines and everyone playing together has been way better since that game, but way better though. So
I got a quick follow-up, Steve. I always ask this of kids in other sports, but I've never asked this of a hockey player. How many years on varsity for you, Dante?
3.
Okay. So JV to varsity in hockey. I always hear about in basketball, the speed is so much different. I'm going to guess in hockey, it's probably 10 times, 100 times faster for this sport compared to basketball. How much different is it from JV to varsity?
The skill and the speed, it's a huge jump. You're going against bigger kids who are faster, who've been playing more hockey their lives, and they kind of have a better experience. And they're matched up with even better line mates, so they're going out there speeding fast, and they want to win just as much as we do.
How about the hitting? More hitting on varsity too, right?
More physical, yes, for sure.
Joe, the thing about hockey that the tournament that always gets me is the semifinals or the quarterfinals are usually right before break. And when you win those, you get another week together. And at this point of the season, a lot of times everybody wants to win and everybody wants to go as far as they can. But you also buy that extra week of time together with your team and having that. And how valuable is that to you as a coach to have that and just to see how much things can change in a week? Jeff mentioned December 10th, but you may not be the same team on February 24th that you were on February 17th. And what does this week do for you and the team in terms of time together and also to prep for Victor?
Yeah, it's a unique situation, I guess, in terms of the gap, but it's something that we've kind of prepared for all year long with the way that we build our schedule and different time between games. So it's an adjustment for sure, but it's not new to the guys. In terms of an opportunity to be together, that's everything. The scoreboard, the wins, the losses, everything, it's important, but the opportunity to bond, the opportunity to be with your teammates, the opportunity to grow, to compete with each other, whether that's in practice or in a game, that's everything. That's the experience and the process. So our guys have done a tremendous job of buying into it. It's not everyone wants the outcome, but you got to be willing to be part of the process because it's no short circuit to that. So to continue to do that, to continue to be together, it's an honor for us as a staff, and it's huge for the boys. So couldn't be more proud of them. Proud of the opportunity that they've earned themselves. And there's no short-circuiting that. So looking for another opportunity to work throughout the week and an opportunity to compete on Thursday and earning more opportunities to do that. And that's the way that we've approached the season, and that's not going to change this week.
Thursday, 5:30, the Rochester Ice Center. It is third-seeded McQuaid against second-seeded Victor. Should be a great game. Dante, last question. You're not from Victor, are you?
No, I'm from Greece.
Okay, just making sure because that would be another storyline. We'd have to go down that road. Okay, good to know. Best of luck to you, Knights. We appreciate it, Coach Dugan and Dante, for coming on the program. Coelho, I love it.
Yes.
And good luck to you. Thanks for being on our program.
Thank you.
And good luck
Thanks,
to Victor,
Steve.
too.
Thanks,
Equal representation. We'll make sure we say that to the Blue Devils. Should be a great game, and whoever wins will go on to the championship. 4 o'clock will be Sunday at SUNY Brockport. So for Steve Bradley, my co-host, and our producer, Joe Brott, I'm Jeff DiVeronica. Have yourself a great rest of the week, folks, and get out and support your school. Thanks for watching us on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.